You're welcome.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Paterson Municipal Council, I welcome you to the workshop of August 12, 2025 at 6:30 p.m. The meeting is now called to order. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Yes. Roll call for the regular meeting of August 12, 2025. Councilwoman Cotton.
Here.
Councilwoman Davila.
Present.
Councilman Jackson.
My good people, if you're wondering why the city's in shambles, this is why. Why wouldn't we televise the debacle? I'm glad you were rolling. But we're going to try to hide from the public the incompetency. If you feel so boisterous about your actions, be proud of it. Stand on it. Pat your chest and let everybody know. They're going to try to do it under the cloak of darkness. The incompetency of this council is reflective of what our community looks like, and that's just the bottom line. Present, Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Kalik.
Present, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. Councilman Velez.
Present, Madam Clerk.
Council President.
I am here, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. The votes are 6 here and 3 absent. The meeting can begin.
Can we all just stand for a moment of silence in remembrance of our beloved Madam City Clerk, Jacqueline Murray? Thank you. Madam Clerk, can you please read the statement of compliance?
Statement of compliance with the Open Public Meetings Law 2025 through 2026. The meeting date is August 12th, 2025. The time is now, I don't know what the time is. I'm sorry. Time is now 7:08. Adequate notice of this meeting was compiled and disseminated in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Law in the following manner. The annual meeting notice of regular meetings and workshop sessions of the Municipal Council was compiled for the year 2025-2026 on or about July 1st, 2025. A schedule of the regular meetings and workshop sessions of the Municipal Council for the year 2025-2026 was duly transmitted on or about July 1st, 2025 to the North Jersey Herald News, The Record, The Arabic Voice, The Italian Voice, the Passaic County Pulse, Dominicana News, La Quisqueya International, El Especial, the Paterson Press, the City Post News, Tap Into Paterson, the Weekly Bangla Patrika, in addition to any other publication duly requesting such notices. The schedule of the regular meetings and workshop sessions of the Municipal Council for the year 2025-2026 was prominently posted in the lobby of City Hall, first floor, in the place reserved for the announcements of this type. The schedule of the regular meetings and workshop sessions of the Municipal Council for the year 2025-2026 was duly filed with the Municipal Clerk. A copy of the schedule of regular meetings of the Municipal Council was mailed to any person who requested and paid the fee authorized by the Open Public Records Act. Council President. You're welcome.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Payment of bills. Finance Chair.
Thank you very much, Council President. Good evening, Paterson. We have before us the City of Paterson summary of disbursements for the amount of $29,680,825.45. This was a payroll week, which totaled $5,800,014.67. There are $23,880,810.78 of computer checks. The major or the bigger amount, grant fund, $4,090,269.68. This is specific to the Vera Ames Park allocation, as well as Westside Park. In addition, capital fund, there's $2,363,659.19. In addition, Westside Park did receive capital funds as well as grant fund The Board of Education will be up to date with this payment of July, $6,955,669.92. And there was also a payment to Passaic Valley Storage for $4,286,810.60, making a total of the computer checks of $23,880,810.78, payroll $5,800,014.67, totaling the amount of $29,680,825.45. My
I'll
motion
second
is
it.
for payment of bills.
Motion
second
by Council Finance Chair Vice President Davila, second by Councilman Malik. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Discussion.
Discussion, Councilman Jackson.
So, for the first question I'll have, and it's to the finance chair and council president. I know, as usual, you guys are eager to give our money away and just spend without any accountability. But considering that we just had 35 to 40,000 residents to just go the last 5-6 days without water, I mean, I would have thought that we would have started with a responsible report from the administration on the conditions, on the circumstances, as we're spending money, how many of our departments had to be deployed, how many people are we paying overtime, is DPW involved with this thing, what are we doing as a municipality outside of sitting back and waiting for the Water Commission to repair what was broken. I think, this is just to the public, because various council members don't really understand our roles when it comes to certain things. The Water Commission is owned by the city of Paterson, and therefore they have a board that runs it, of which the mayor is responsible for appointing board members. Coincidentally, we happen to have a board member of the commission who sits here as a council person as well. Why don't we have a report before we start spending money? Because we haven't even finalized, adopting our final budget, and we're still just carelessly spending money in excess of $30 million without having a responsible report from the administration. I mean, I know I'm the only one that's been asking for reports and things of that nature, but when a catastrophic event slaps you in the face and you got 30 to 40,000 residents that had not been attended to, that had to wait online, seniors without water, people living in excruciating conditions, we're still not making a demand on reports. I sent the message to the BA Sunday evening, Mr. BA, because I got a lot of employees who called me with concerns. Is City Hall still going to be open? He didn't respond to me till midday the next day. Oh yeah, by the way, we have, a little running water. We just lost, Madam Clerk, from cancer. We lost several employees right out of this building from cancer. Is there a report? Are we doing this, an observational study on our people? Forget the fact of how poorly we allowed the clerk to be treated while she was here. But we're losing people from cancer, and we're doing nothing. We're sitting there and watch this guy sit like a bump on a log with absolutely no accountability and no responsibility to the public. Now, I already know everybody's going to vote in favor of this. I'm going to be the only no vote. That's fine. But I'm not going to sit here quietly and just watch them not give us reports on what's going on in the city. How many residents went without water? What parts of the city did we have without water? What was done? What sites did the BA visit? When they're doing campaigning, you see Corporation Counsel in the Masonic Temple giving away White Castle hamburgers. Where was he at making sure that people were able to get showers? I mean, it's the truth. It's the truth. So where's the report on the condition of what we're dealing with right now? Does anybody have this? Does the commissioner for the Water Commission have a report to the public? Or are we just going to continue to spend the public's money without any answers? All right. Let's go. Just carry on.
Council President.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
All right, then I won't comment.
Council.
I have to excuse myself anyhow on this payment of bills.
Okay.
And our finance chair knows and our CFO knows. So I'll
Thank you,
excuse
Councilwoman
myself. Thank you, Council President.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Roll call on the payment of bills in the amount of $29,680,825.45. Councilwoman Davila.
My
I'm
vote is
sorry.
yes.
Yes. Councilman Jackson.
You know, and I'm going to be in rare form tonight. Y'all going to be mad at me because this is absolutely necessary. This not just, I'm not making this stuff up.
Hi, Mike. The neighbors were very thankful for the water you had delivered. One person I forgot about was Rev Green, 275 Elberon Avenue. He's a really nice pastor who is now blind, so he can't drive or get out much anymore. He used to walk every day at Eastside Park. If possible, maybe someone could deliver water to him. Thanks, hands with medium dark skin tone pressed together. Again.
I'm not making this stuff up. Like, we're out here making deliveries. How many deliveries did the BA make? The BA, the signing authority on the city, no reports on what's going on, collecting the check and doing nothing. I have to text him late in the evening, no answer, because he feels as he doesn't have to answer to me. They have to answer to this council. They have to answer to the public. And for the public to continue to be mistreated the way they are, where council members are saying, you live in a private building, we're not bringing you anything. And this is all over. I got to go to Second Baptist across, because seniors in these buildings that didn't get any water. They didn't get any water. And we have a mayor who was campaigning in Rochelle Park the next day while residents are suffering, and the council members, this council's job is to hold the mayor accountable. Who's holding him accountable? He was campaigning the next day in Rochelle Park for candidates who have nothing to do with Paterson, while Paterson residents going without water, toilets overflowing. People in the towers telling me they got to wipe the feces off the floor with towels. And they look at him just sitting here like it's just okay. Madam Clerk, my vote is no.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Kalik.
My vote is yes, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. Councilman Velez.
I was going to say something in the discussion, but to the chair, administration, and see if always possible you could bring us to a report of the union agreement DCA approved regarding the Board of Health employees and that part of the union to see when we're going to bring it to the floor and sign for it. And the last but not least, we received a letter detailing from the chief of fire about trying to maintain that table organization, to be able to please look into that document to be able to make sure that we don't lose funding, grant funding. I met the TO for the fire department. Last but not least, I want to thank the OEM, the Paterson Fire Department, to the Paterson Police that went on and beyond to take water to those private development seniors building like Governor Towers, like Martin de Porres, and others sites because they care. And let me say this, the Fifth Ward was the last, I don't think that the Fifth Ward lost water pressure, but yes, we, the council, those that are responsible, make sure that our seniors and our residents took potable water before they could take it to their home. So I'm grateful for that. And that's where we stand. We stand in difficult times. We used to stand together. I have 10 fingers. Can I just use one to point? And 9 of them pointing back to us. So saying that, payment of bills, Madam Clerk, my vote is yes.
Thank you, Councilman. Council President.
My vote is yes, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. The votes are 4 in favor, 1 recusal, 1 nay, 3 absent. Payment of bills is hereby adopted.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Let's open public portion.
First speaker.
Public portion, I see we have 12 speakers, Madam Clerk. Just to give information to the public, each speaker has 3 minutes to speak. We're asking, as we will be on this side of the dais respectful, we're asking the same respect on the other side. We want to hear from the public. We're excited about you being here. We look forward to hearing your questions. I'm really happy. Constituent Services, I know he's here. Constituent Services, where are you? Oh, he's in the back. Could you just stand? So I made a request to the mayor that Constituent Services would be here. So any concerns that you have pertaining to the city, after it's over, you will get his card, and they will give a response within a real efficient time speed. So thank you so much, Javier, for being here on tonight. Madam Clerk, can we take the first speaker, please?
Thank you. Council President, we have 13 speakers, and the first speaker is Darlene Morris. Please state your name.
My name is Darlene Morris, and I'd like to say good evening to friends and neighbors. I'd just like to start off with Mayor Andre Saya and some members of the council. Your record speaks for itself, and it's not a record to be proud of. For many years, you failed to address the real and urgent concerns of the city. You ignored the cries of the parents of the Lowry family, the Seabrooks family, the De Jesus family, 3 lives stolen by violence, 3 families who have begged for justice and change. Instead of a decision and action, they got lip service. Instead of progress, they got silence. And silence is not leadership, it's neglect. And the community also needs closure on those issues. While you stall, rents in the city keep rising beyond reach. Overcrowding grows, traffic is a daily nightmare. Garbage piles up our streets. Crimes erode the quality of life. And now, even the infrastructure is crying out. Burst pipes, crumbling roads, power failures, and saying, me too, we need fixing too. These are not isolated issues. They are symptoms of years of inaction. Being the change we want to see does not mean sitting quietly while the silence screams. It does not mean watching problems grow worse and hoping someone else will step in. It means action. It means standing up. It means ensuring that there are results and that people get the benefit of the results. The city has almost 200,000 residents. If just 10% of us, which would be 20,000 strong, went directly to the governor's office and demanded immediate intervention, they could not ignore us by numbers. Numbers move mountains, and right now the mountain we face is made of complacency and neglect. We have the power, we have the truth, we have the right to expect better. So let's stop waiting for someone else to save us. Complaining on social media, coming to the council meeting have proven to be ineffective. You have to continue moving forward. You have to get out of your seats. You have to get out of your homes. You have to move forward and demand better, because people in other places get better. It's reprehensible that people have to live under these conditions while people sit there and act like the laws are impervious to understanding, impervious to looking into them to see what makes the difference. I demand that you look into these issues for real and not just lip service. People need help. My family back there been weeks without water. Their toilets are messed up, and I'm surprised this place is at full capacity, because if it were me, my head would explode before I accepted that type of behavior.
Thank you, Ms. Morris. Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
Yes, the next speaker is Frank Filippelli.
Frank Filippelli, 311 Sherwood Ave, a.k.a. Frankie Flip. Listen, everyone, I gotta go because I have non-potable water in my truck, a 300-gallon bucket that I've been bringing to our citizens. 200,000 people are without water for 5 days. You know what urine and feces smell like? 5 days in your toilet. You could give all the free water out. What are you gonna do, pour that Poland spring water in the toilet? We need toilet water. We have fire trucks. Listen, I'm not gonna put a blame, but I'm gonna explain how you organize and collaborate and not point the finger. It's happened. The water main's broken. What do? We don't go campaigning. We have fire trucks that hold, I don't know, 500 gallons, 400 gallons in the truck. Drive it to get these landlords that have, you know who they are? They have giant tenements of people. Tell them to set out Rubbermaid garbage cans. Have those fire trucks drive over like I've been doing at 21 Jasper Street and filling garbage cans out of my own water on East 24th Street. This is 3,000 gallons that I've given out. You know I'm going to get charged for the water and the sewer. Didn't even go in my sewer. But that's how you play, right? Doesn't matter about me, but the thing is, it's happened. What do? There's other towns in this district that don't even want to crack their hydrant. Come on. We have school, went to School 14 on Union Avenue. Follow me, Frankie Filippelli on Facebook. I go live all the time. The gentleman in maintenance comes running out at me yelling because there's 2 tanker trucks, everyone. You didn't flush your toilet? There's 2 empty tank trucks, 500 gallons each, sitting in the parking lot of school number 14 on Union Avenue, empty, with brine water. I'm sorry. Brine water is salt water. We pour it on the street. You could pour it in your sewer. You could flush a toilet with it. You could save it and fill that water with non-potable water, meaning you can't drink it, but you could flush your feces with it. What are we doing? Let's collaborate. Let's not point fingers. Let's hands on deck. What are we doing? What are we doing? It's, you know what? It's up to the people in November. It's up to the people in May. When is enough enough? How about this? Do we have fire watch? You realize these big apartment complexes with all the seniors that can't flush toilets don't have sprinkler systems? When the School of Arts on Grand Street had no sprinkler systems, we have firemen around the clock in an empty school building. That's fire rated. Watching it, getting paid overtime. You don't want to pay firemen overtime?
Thank you, Mr.
Is that what it
Filippelli.
is?
Thank you, Mr. Filippelli.
I don't have enough time, but...
Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
Next speaker is Daniel Mejia. Please state your name.
Hi, my name is Daniel Mejia, and I am the CEO of Silk City One. I am only here today because on 270 Broadway, we're opening a Hoa Pica Pollo Warrapayan this Friday around 8 a.m. It's the first business that I managed to basically, from the beginning to end, get all the approvals, and the design process. It was made by me and along with the owner. But it's a best example of what I do when it comes to real estate, and my platform for Silk City One is also growing. Feel free to follow. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mejia. Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
The next speaker is former Councilman Anthony E. Davis. Please state your name.
Good evening. To God be the glory. I want to start off, and I want to give condolences to my dear friend and her family, Jackie Murray. I am saddened about the loss of my dear friend, who I talk at least twice a month about how she was treated and what goes on here. I'm not even going to get into that because God will take care of that and the people. But I want to say, you know, I don't come to the mic often. I want to commend you and congratulate you, Council President. I have through you to the Corporate Council, I need to know what is it, what's the issues in I guess the ordinance in terms of commercial vehicles on the streets? We do realize that parking is an issue. And where I live, we have not one but 2 commercial vehicles overnight. I'd like to know what's going on with it, as well as the enforcement. Now, well, not unfortunately, but we do have 2 churches on the block. And Sundays, there's police officers, cars are there moving and ticketing cars. And I get it, okay, I'm fine. But what's up with those commercial vehicles? I mean, they are there taking up space. So please, can you look into that for me? That's number one. As I get phone calls from, people from across the country, good morning, good afternoon, good night, doesn't matter. I'm getting them about our city council, and I can't do anything about that. We can only, put up, but be mindful, and let's put the city's business first, and not personal business first. So I say that to say that, please, let's continue. Everything is not peachy creamy, and I'm not saying that, but I think to have a bulldog as Mike, who's staying on stuff, and as well as others. But please, put the business of the city first and not your own business. I yield.
Thank you, Councilman. Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
Yes, the next speaker is Joel Keys. State your name, please.
Joel Keys, Jr. Buck breaking. I'm here to address the racist statement Charles Florio made towards Dave Gilmore when he said, quote, "Because he couldn't shut up, now I'm Dave's daddy," unquote. Since I created the accountability challenge, I use it to resolve all problems. It consists of 2 questions. How has the system contributed to the problem, and how has the individual? Let's examine how the system contributed to this problem. James Madison said to a friend, quote, "I designed a constitution that will leave the power in the hands of the rich," unquote. He continued, quote, "We created an electoral republic. Now, as a politician, you've become captive to your donors. In other words, we gave the rich the raise because the campaign financed the politicians, and they can take out politicians by financing their opponents' campaigns," unquote. The next systemic cause of the problem is, as Dr. Leonard Jeffries described, quote, "This is an instance of the rightness of whiteness. Rich white men with money and power think they can say and do anything they want to," unquote. Florio said, quote, "Because he couldn't shut up, now I'm Dave's daddy," unquote. The origin of this mentality goes back to the slave plantation. Whenever the slave master felt it necessary to remind the enslaved Africans of the relationship of power, which was white superiority and black inferiority, they would perform the egregious ritual known as buck breaking. It consists of the homosexual act of a white man sexually molesting a big black buck in front of all the other enslaved Africans to make an example out of the victim and set an example for the other enslaved Africans. This aspect of buck breaking involved homosexual intercourse. During sexual intercourse, whenever it involves domination and subordination, whether heterosexual or homosexual, the subordinate partner generally refers to the dominant partner as daddy. Moreover, Malcolm X spoke to an African American audience. He said, quote, "No matter how much education you get, no matter how many employment promotions you get, no matter how much money you make, what does the white man call you?" Unquote. The entire audience replied in unison, "Boy." If Florio was not aware of that history and the meaning of his statement, then his actions could be considered a microaggression, which refers to saying something unintentionally hurtful without considering the potential harm that it may cause before speaking, regardless whether it was a microaggression or not, since politicians are captive to their donors, except Councilman Jackson. He won't suffer any consequences unless, of course, we the people organize and mobilize as a united force and take some action.
Thank you, Mr. Keys, Jr. Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
Next speaker is Kamisha Rogers Jones. Please state your name. Thank you.
Kamisha Rogers Jones, Paterson, New Jersey. Yesterday I watched, and it pains me to say this, but I'm gonna say it. I watched as someone that I care about and love, Council President, turn a crisis in what was supposed to be an act of care and compassion into a publicity opportunity. I want to say to you, Councilwoman, I am very, very disappointed in you. I expected much more from you. Not only are you a councilwoman, but you're also a woman of God. And the behavior and the things that I saw in you yesterday did not depict what I know you to be. What I want to say to everyone listening, this crisis is not an opportunity for us to take pictures and make Facebook posts to show us what we think may be heroism. This is a real all hands on deck situation, and no one is going to be declared a hero. All right? No person or politician should feel like they're going to get any credit for doing what is right, for making sure people have basic needs like water. And so we should not be using this as an opportunity to boast ourselves, boast our political aspirations. Like I told a cameraman the other day when I was collecting water for seniors, get your camera out my face. I am in a very vulnerable state. I'm very upset. And you think this is an opportunity for your news station. What's the story here? That we don't have water? That we can't wash? That seniors can't get to water? What's your angle here? Get your camera out my face. And so what I say to you, Council President, I hold you at a higher standard than most here because who you are in God. And yesterday was a big disappointment. What I will say is that our seniors were not made a priority. Many were not served as they should be. And thankfully, they are now. But what I will say to everyone, instead of us taking this moment to care, a lot of us are using this as a selfish opportunity. Let's all come together, being selfless, serving with love and true compassion, and not use this opportunity for our own gain. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rogers-Jones. Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
Yes, the next speaker is Chanel Fields, Dr. Chanel Fields. Please state your name. State your name, please. Thank you.
Tonight, I want to talk about a pimp. The word PIMP, as we know it, is someone who solicits services from others to profit from their work without fair exchange of pay by way of forcing their workers to procure an audience of followers for their personal advancement. This is exactly what current Council President Lalisa Mims did in our last meeting that took place on Tuesday, July 15th, 2025. Amaya, Yvette, and Aubrey were pimped and taken advantage of. They were promised pay for their services to come before this microphone and blast those of us in the community who have cursed on the mic in this council chamber. The message was beautiful, but quickly distorted when the young ladies came to me in the hallway and told me, Council President Mims, that they told her they were hungry. In return, you gave them a job to do. You promised them that if they did the speech you required them to do, they would be paid and could use that money to get food. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around you bypassing the need of children who let you know they were hungry. In addition, let's talk about the fact that you were totally unethical in your practices of exploitation of these beautiful young ladies who are minors. To top it off, you had no prior written, verbal authorization or consent from neither of their parents to solicit these children. Ask me how I know. And then in an attempt to save yourself, you did fake damage control. You made several failed attempts to assassinate my character. You ran around calling people to ask them to lie on me at this council meeting tonight. You wish. That was quite dastardly and bold of you. You have proven time and time again that you have no integrity in you at all, and you really have some nerve. Well, tonight I'm raising funds for the young ladies because they still have not been paid. What's most deplorable and despicable is that she picked children from a walk of life in whom both of the mothers are incapacitated. Out of respect, I won't elaborate on that, but thankfully they have a father who is present in the children's lives and he's doing the best he can. Mims utilized this council chamber as a personal moment to take advantage of these children, and that's what makes it wrong. And I'd like to take a moment to turn lemons into lemonades. I have Hey Niece, I Love You t-shirts on sale for pre-order, where 100% of all of the proceeds will go to all three young ladies. Community, we owe it to ourselves to weed out all manner of criminal activity, foolishness, bribery, trickery, and corruption of any form. Thank you, and good night.
Thank you, Ms. Fields. Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
Next speaker is Gabriella, I believe that's Vilde. Vilde, please state your name.
Hi, my name is Gabby Wilde, 265 Belmont Avenue in Haledon. First of all, I just wanted to apologize. I didn't mean to offend anybody in the dais. It's a tough time for everybody. And I was kind of hoping that we could start on time and then follow parliamentary procedure. So that was my only, well, my apologies. I certainly did not meant to offend anybody. And I was coming here tonight to talk about weed, but I don't know. I think I'm going to yield my time to someone that has a more important issue that they'd like to raise. The only thing that I would like to ask, though, is that please don't feel compelled to comment on my non-public comment, if you will. It's just in the interest of time. We can all just, again, apologies, and I appreciate everybody here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
The next speaker is Eddie Olivares. State your name, please.
Eddie Olivares. Good evening, Paterson. Tonight I want to start by thanking, I don't think he's here, Mr. Hakim. In one of the last meetings, he used a dictionary to talk about and get his point across, which is what I am going to do tonight. Mr. Jackson, I must tell you that you keep on telling me that I should use my words wisely. I will, not tonight, because I'm talking tonight about stupidity. So, but before I do that and define it, I want to say to you guys that you really are an embarrassment. You know, all of you, including the PA, you're an embarrassment. So you mean to tell me that it is okay what happened in the last meeting that you were not able to close because this happened before? Oh, so it's okay. I mean, we did it before. Why not? Shouldn't that have underlined the need to correct the problem? It seems to me that that's a more mature, but I'm not really looking for maturity over here. But anyway, I just wanted to point that out. Now, let me define stupidity as per the dictionary. Behavior that shows a lack of sense or judgment. As I said that, I thought about Councilman Jackson, Councilman Velez, getting caught by video urinating in public. Lack of sense and judgment. And here we have this guy urinating in public. An official, an elected official. That's what stupidity, that's the very definition of stupidity. Lack of sense and judgment. Anyway, I went on and I wanted to know a little bit more about, so I looked at Bonhoeffer, and I am going to, because I don't really have the time, 3 minutes is not enough, but Bonhoeffer was a German theologian, which says a lot. I mean, just saying that he's German, there's a lot of substance there, but in essence, he said that stupid people are more dangerous than evil people because they're susceptible to manipulation and they accept orders from authority without questioning. Anybody? Anybody? Except Jackson, not you. Anybody? Does it ring a bell? Take it home and chew on it.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next speaker.
The next speaker, and pardon me if I'm mispronouncing your name, Trinella V. Samuels. Please state your name.
Hi, you pronounced my name properly, Trinella V. Samuels.
Thank you.
This is my proposal to the mayor and the council. We listen and we don't judge. Do you have working bathroom with shower and toilet and sink? Well, for now, it's like not really because of the water issue, right? Do we have a working kitchen with a fridge and stove? Do you have food, perishable and unperishable items to prepare in said kitchen? Do you have a bedroom with clean bed and pillow and sheets? Do you have access to free or paid health care where you can receive assistance with your health care needs? Do you have a permanent home address? Do you have legal documentation to prove who you are? For the majority of you, the answer, my friend, is yes. Unfortunately, for the unhoused, the answer to most of these questions is no. But we listen and we don't judge. It's time for my fellow Patersonians for us to do more than listening. We need to take action. The time is now. Yes, Paterson is a great city. It's also known for its great drugs. That's why people are being dropped off here in busloads, and they will do anything to get money to support their drug and alcohol habit. We listen and we don't judge, right? To every problem there is a cause. To every problem there is a cause and there is a solution. You cannot tell us there's a war on drugs. That is not true. Paterson is making a killing, a profit off of the unhoused by charging them with charges, looping around like a merry-go-round, sending them to drug court, taking their Social Security money and leaving them in a state of dismay. I'm asking council to help me change the destiny and fate of the unhoused that we pass by every day, most of in front of the City Hall right there, sleeping. I would like to build from the ground up 3 24-hour shelters in 3 hot spots, epicenters, where the unhoused are involved in legal activities to get them to get by from day to day. Paterson, I repeat, Paterson, let's step up and step out as leaders of New Jersey. This crisis is getting from bad to worse, and all I see is newer programs profiting off of the unhoused with no real help or solution. I am a Patersonian since 1978, and I am a proud Patersonian, raised. Are you? Do you like passing drug addicts to get to work or even school in the morning? Do you like that the streets of Paterson are unsafe at night? Fourth Ward. You have it in front of you. Sorry.
Thank you so much. We'll look into that information. Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
Next speaker is Andre Sarmiento. State your name, please.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Andre Sarmiento. I'm here today because I wanted to complain. On June 10th, DPW, one of their trucks, a recycling truck, hit my car while it was parked out front. I was home sleeping after dropping my kids off at school. And around 9 a.m., the truck hit my car, literally basically just hit it there and left, hit and run. If I didn't have a camera in front of my house, I would have been stuck with that bill myself. I reached out to DPW after watching the camera for a few hours because I thought it was done overnight. And I went to DPW and basically they told me that that they had to look into it. At first, I sent the video. They asked me if I was sure that happened by DPW. After seeing the video, it said DPW on the truck, and they still didn't believe it. It went on there for 2 weeks. They told me to keep going back to see what they would come up with. Still, it's August 12th today. I haven't received my car from the auto body shop. I had to go through my insurance. My insurance went up, and I have to pay for that. I wasn't able to work. I got a rental from my insurance for 24 days, but after that, I haven't been able to work because I don't have money to pay for a rental. And, I have had to borrow cars from my friend, my mother. I have 5 kids. I have a very high, expensive rent, $2,700. So it's tough for me to pay this. I had to pay the deductible myself out of pocket. I had to take out a loan as well. And I still haven't received any money, any payment from DPW, no answers. I believe that I shouldn't only be entitled to $1,000 of the deductible, but for all this time that I've been having to suffer throughout this hit and run that happened, and if I didn't have that camera, I'd basically be screwed. I'm pretty sure that this goes on every day. DPW or the other trucks from the city probably hit all these cars and just walk away like if nothing happened. The city continues to close their eyes and leave all of us, with bills on our hands because they're protected by Title 59 and they're not eligible to pay for any damages done to any entities. And I believe this is very unfair. And, I believe if this happened to any of you guys sitting up there, you guys would be suing the city or suing the people that, so I have the video. I'm still considering suing the city. It's a very tough situation for me. So I would like someone to be held responsible. I know they keep telling me that the person that did this was suspended and they're still suspended, but that does nothing for me. Like I said, I have 5 kids. My chain is right here. I have all 5 of them. I'm not lying. And it's tough. It's tough for me to pay these bills myself. I'm still paying for my car while it's at the body shop. I'm paying for insurance. It's sitting at the body shop. So I need someone to be held responsible for this.
Thank you so much. Corporation Counsel will come and see you as well as our constituent service. So if you turn around, he's coming to meet you to give you instructions. Thank you. Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
Yes, the next speaker is Ms. Cameo Black. Please state your name.
Good evening. So let me start off by saying, as Chanel said, maybe your favorite line is, hey niece, hey auntie. But anyway, after the last meeting, when you got me removed, I don't know how you had the balls to sit there and call me the following day. Once you got me removed because of something you did, but playing in them kids' face, you shouldn't have called my phone. You shouldn't have at all. It's nothing for us to talk about. If you wanted to talk to somebody, you should have talked to them kids that you finessed to come down here. You should have talked to the parents and got permission for them to come down here. You are becoming a disgrace. Your real personality is starting to show, and I hate that for you. I really hate it. Everything is starting to go to your head. And me running for commissioner of the school board, you telling me how I need to act? First of all, I don't act. I've never been an actress, okay? I'm a nurse that went to school, a real school, got paid the people. I didn't get a fictitious doctor's degree or none of that. I bust my ass for everything that I get. I work hard for it. You need to chill. Like, seriously, you need to humble yourself. You sitting up here saying you can't be removed out that chair? I don't know who told you that. You can't suck your way to the top all the time. That's not gonna work every time around. It's not gonna happen. Some things you gotta have brains for, okay? Make it make sense. Stop playing with me. I don't bother nobody. I mind my business. When I come down here, I come down here for reasons. And I'm not gonna keep talking. I'm not threatening you. Don't ever, ever, ever call my phone. Oh, you call me auntie. If you're gonna put it out there of why I called you auntie, let the world know. Because there's no blood relation. So if you wanna let everybody know why you consider me your niece, put it out there. okay? Let's be real, let's be honest. You already know I got baptized. I'm doing everything I need to do as a God-fearing woman. What God that you playing with, I don't know. But I'm getting nothing but blessings upon blessings upon blessings. And I cannot be deceived by the devil, okay? And you are the devil that keep playing with this God. But it's only so long before your ass is going to be exposed. Stop the bullshit, and that's it. And that's all I have to say. Don't ever, ever, ever call me again. Like I said, and that removal, it wasn't about nothing. The jokers is on you. And I pray to God that...
Thank you.
Well, I ain't finished. You can have the...
Thank you. Madam Clerk, are there any more speakers?
Next speaker is Ms. Tooley. Ms. Tooley. Please state your name.
Yes.
I come here, and I come here a lot, and it's mostly on behalf of my daughter. I'm having an issue over at Phillips Academy Charter School with Dr. Dwayne Davis. I don't come here for myself. I come here looking for advocates for my daughter. Even in hindsight of me being restricted from the school grounds since February 5th, I'm restricted from parent-teacher conferences, restricted from school events, restricted from in-person board meetings. I don't come here for me and what he's doing to me and you know, filing frivolous, defiant trespass charges. I come here advocating for my daughter and looking for this council to help. That seems to be a far cry, except Mr. Jackson, he continues to help. In response to Mrs. Cotton's previous warm regard as it relates to making mention that she has 3 of her own children and 30,000 children in this city, was definitely a term of endearment worth memorializing. Within this council, there seems to be an outright disregard and a possible racial disconnect as it relates to Dr. Dwayne Davis unlawfully putting my daughter out of Phillips Academy Charter School. And this is the same racial disconnect that has been duly documented as it relates to Phillips Academy board members who are consistently aiding and abetting such unlawful behavior. Within the struggles of just simply being black, it would be a dubious proposition at best to ignore that many black people are against each other, many other races are against black people, all while we as black people remain to be the world's most hated race. This entity alone doesn't dismiss accountability that should exist when it comes to officials leading and protecting young children. On March 27th, my daughter was unlawfully deregistered for blatant reasons of retaliation and discrimination because a lawsuit was filed in mid-December of 2024 against Dr. Dwayne Davis. The extreme harassment has been ongoing ever since and remains. And seeking relief as it related to this unlawful deregistration, I went to the Office of Administrative Law. The judge ordered that my daughter be placed back in the school, and this action was not received well. It was received with much resistance and continued retaliation. However, it was enforced by the Paterson Police Department that did a remarkable job making sure that that judge's order was heard from afar. Dr. Davis continues to harass, discriminate, and retaliate against my daughter, me, and my ex-husband with all kinds of tactics supported by many members of the Paterson officials, including Judge Stampone. Please note, the actions that are happening are not supported by Michael Jackson or the Paterson Board of Education members.
Thank you, Ms. Cooley. There are no more, we have one more speaker.
One more speaker, Ms. Annette. Is Annette or, yes, thank you. Please state your name.
Hey, Roberson, how are you this evening? Hi. Just to highlight some, I want answers, but I'm sure it won't happen tonight. I would like to know, on a given shift for the Paterson Police Department, days, evenings, and nights, how many officers are on patrol? Secondly, with that being said, if there If there, I think we should be privy to that information. And then the other question would be, in addition to that if there is a traffic violation or a traffic accident, how many traffic officers do we have if officers are in pursuit at a crime scene that is more hideous than a traffic violation or a traffic accident? I think we need to know that there, because we do know already the wait time for an officer to arrive to an accident could be extended, okay? So I think we need to know that information. And if that's a problem, I think we need to look at funding the police department so that we can have adequate protection when there is a automobile accident. Secondly, with the crisis that we have going on in the city, I think what we need to look at is the overdevelopment of the properties, because when you have multiple dwellings going on and we don't have the farmland to protect the water, we get exactly what just happened. And for me, although I had somewhere to go, I got a sense of what homelessness feels like. So with that being said, that's the other concern. On Cianci Street, coming off of Oliver Street, there's a woman that's always in a wheelchair, always. And she's either backing up onto Cianci Street, which makes it incredibly hard for drivers to drive in the fashions that we drive in. Another point of reference to homelessness, on Main Street, right before Mary Street, there's a group that gathers there, and there's a woman there that two of my co-workers said had displayed an act of lewdness. And we have the school that's getting ready to open up. We have the daycare center that's right there. There needs to be more patrolling going on in that area, in particular when school opens up. In the 12 seconds that I have left, or 11, the parking. Parking is an issue. And when you have officers and sheriff officers talking about the same thing, the concern is not just my concern, it's the concerns of officers too as well.
Thank you, Ms. Robertson. There are no more speakers. Can I get a motion to close?
So
moved by Council Vice President Davalos, second by Councilman Khalik. Roll call to close public portion.
Roll call to close the public portion.
Okay.
Councilwoman Cotton.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I just wanted to comment, and I'm going to do it real quickly. Well, what's happening now with us here with the water situation, I am a councilwoman that sits on the board, the Passaic Valley Board. And as of now, we have been replacing our water lines. We have been replacing our water main. Yes, a lot of the pipes are over 100 years old, and they have been replacing them. I guess as soon as they can get all the reports done, you will get a report. But what's happening now is being paid by Passaic Valley Water, not from the city of Paterson. Now, what we have to do, and I want to say, I always say to people, you never know who's at the end of that line who needs help. And there's quite a few people that I have called that have helped me deliver water. And I just deliver water, because at the end of the line, I don't know who you are. I don't say what water you live in. But there are people out here who are doing it privately and are turning people away. When I'm saying they're doing it privately, they're doing it privately. They're turning people away from the first ward, from the fourth ward. They're looking for certain people. And I say, if you go to North 8th and Oxford, they're not turning you away. So I want to start letting people know who those people who claiming they love this city and they're giving out water, but they turning people away because they're the wrong color or the wrong nationality. That's what's happening too. It's happening. And I want to tell her who it is. I'm not sure who it is, because every time I ask somebody, they don't seem to understand or know which ones are doing it. And so I want to say to the community, you know, it's about helping each other. It's about doing for each other. I don't showboat. No, we're not showboating. we're trying to do, you know, yeah, we're just trying to get everything done. And I just want to say that I'm angry with some of our children who got seniors, parents. I'm angry with them. They know their mother's living by themselves. They got grandchildren. They're not doing anything for their children. I know, it got to be said, because I stood online and watched cars come through there. Watched cars come through there to get free water, driving Denali's, driving Escalades, driving Mercedes. Why are you online getting free water and you can go to Walgreens and get it for $2.99? Why?
Okay.
No, why should they not?
To the public.
Give it to who they needed to give it to. That's what's wrong in our community now. I'm talking. That's what's wrong. Because there's people that are needing it and they're not getting it. They're not getting it. And so we gotta, you know what? That's it. That's it. That's all. I'm just saying, I just wanted you asked a question. And I'm saying, for people, if you call me, I don't say what you are. I don't say what your nationality is. I don't say what color you are. I help out, and I'm going to help out. And you know, I want to say thank you to Passaic Valley Water. I want to say thank you to DPW. I want to say thank you to Joe Caballero. There's so many people that have been helping out.
Councilwoman Cotton.
And you know what? That's what's wrong, because people forgot what happened in 2012 where we had Hurricane Sandy. People forgot.
Councilwoman Cotton.
You need to remember some of the problems, the things that have happened in our community.
Councilwoman
and
Cotton.
we all chip in together. That's what we're supposed to do. That's it. No, that's it. Come on, stop
to the public,
it. It's not
Councilwoman
necessary.
Cotton.
I'm all right, Councilwoman. With that being said, I'm still going to help your community. Councilwoman Cotton, I'm still going to help you. I don't care. I'm still going to help you. Thank you. I'm still going to help you. I got so many events coming up. Madam Clerk, my vote is yes.
Thank you, Councilwoman. And Councilwoman Davila.
Driving extra lane.
So I'll start by saying that we are all in this together. And I would like the same respect I gave as the public was speaking. So I'm asking you kindly to let me have my moment to speak. As I stated, we are all in this together. It is unfortunate that some people don't like certain responses. We're all hurting some way or another. And I am in agreement with some of the statements. I don't do things and I'm holding a camera to take pictures of what I'm doing. This issue started on Friday, and I just got phone calls and inboxes that I can share. I don't have to put it here, but I can share for you to see the amount of people that were asking, people that were seniors. I ain't gonna lie to you, there's a street I never knew existed in the city of Paterson. It's called Wasbooth. Have you ever heard of it? It's in the First Ward. Have you ever heard of it? Well, let me just tell you, I went to a senior and I took them water. The only thing that I asked, because I ain't gonna lie to you, 40 bottles, I can't carry them. I asked, do you have somebody in your household that could come down? She said, yes, I do. Okay? So I'm just saying that to say that it all started on Friday. You didn't see me posting anything. The only time I posted something was so the community could know that there was additional water being given out. Come and get it. That was it. That was it. It went on Saturday. It went Sunday. But I want to share quickly something that happened yesterday. Because as I've been on the mayor, I've been on OEM, Troy Ayers, and I'm thankful for them, because I want to start by thanking them, thanking Passaic Valley Water Commission. But I'm still upset because people still don't have water. People still can't flush their toilets. So you know what I did? When people go out there, nobody's calling, I called the governor's office myself. I called Lieutenant Governor. I spoke to her chief of staff. I spoke to the governor's chief of staff. I have proof. But I don't have to go out there and say all that I'm doing. They told me steps to take. And I'm going to tell you this. They said we cannot call a state of emergency if the OEM coordinator does not call it. They cannot. Okay? I went back to OEM. I called. I'm sitting right behind City Hall yesterday. As I finished the phone call, the mayor and both Coordinator Ayers said, we're going now, again, the third visit, to Call to Arms. Council President was coming out, and I told her, I just got off the phone with the governor's office. She told me she was on her way to Call to Arms, and I said, get in the car, let's go. I was with my son, and I said, let's go and see what needs to get done. This thing about what was going on and issues and the apparent, photo ops and all that, I didn't go there to take any pictures. I went there and all I did is, all of those seniors that were there that didn't understand what was being said in English, I was translated in Spanish. And all I said, everyone is going to get water. We're gonna start from the top. We both coordinated with the two managers. They took out lists, and every person, Troy Ayers, DPW, delivered 168 40 packets of water. Each person came, and we had volunteers. My son was one. DPW going up to flight 6, 7 floors, taking the water for the seniors. They were still missing 36. Council President made a phone call. Is there anyone else that can? Because at this point now, Troy is saying we gotta go. We're gonna send the 6,000-gallon truck. But I'm saying, how do these seniors? They can't pick up these 40 bottles. How are they gonna pick up a gallon? Are they gonna pick up a bucket? So, I was feeling some kind of way with what was going on. So I just wanted to just share that, because that is not something that was put out there. Everyone, so when I hear that people are saying that we, the council, and I'm just gonna speak for self right now, that we're not taking care of seniors. See, we're in this together, so everyone's affected. But we know that children and seniors are the most vulnerable. And so while others were talking and pointing fingers and complaining, there were others just doing their thing without posting anything, making the phone calls, getting the donations from private donors. We had a gentleman, Mike Ramaglia, who with Sheriff Adamo's sister got donations of thousands of gallons being given out. Nobody was being turned away. The only thing that was asked? We want ID. Why? Because we want to make sure that it's Paterson. We want to make sure that it's Heldon or Prospect Park. All right? So all of these things that are being said, listen, all I can tell you, all I can say is you may not like it, but I'm telling you the truth of how it went about. And it's okay. I'm okay. That's okay. Guess what? We haven't had the opportunity. I have not spoken once. Okay, I didn't see you do that to Councilman Jackson as he took over half an hour. So all I'm saying, I have the moment right now to just share with the community of some of the things that have been going on. When Councilman Jackson calls me, guess what? I pick up the phone call. What do you need, Councilman? And I'm there. So I actually expect the same thing from him. He don't do that. He'll go on my Facebook and try to point and say, you're doing something wrong. You're supposed to be fighting for the people. I am fighting for the people, but guess what? Guess what happens? We're not in control of Passaic Valley Water Commission. No, I just need to, listen, everybody has their job to do. Everyone has a job to do. And the infrastructure is hundreds of years old. And at the end of the day, we talk about all this, construction going on. Let's talk about the three earthquakes that we had. The 3 earthquakes that we had. Let's talk about that. Last year and 2 just a few weeks ago. So anyway, I'm sorry, Council President. I just needed to say that, because when I hear a lot, see, people want to come here. Once you start telling the truth, they have their own narrative. So it doesn't matter what you say. But I'm gonna say out there, Paterson, you all know who is being assisted. If you are in need of additional help, all I'm just saying is reach out and call. Thank you very much. My vote is yes.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Jackson.
Thank you. Please don't do that, brother. Please don't do that. Let's make it, let's not give them excuses to get in the way of what needs to be done. So first of all, for those of you out there watching, you can help me find the meeting that this transpired in. Because there was a meeting where Councilwoman Davila was the president and Councilwoman Mims was sitting next to her. And when there was an effort to try to truncate her time, Councilwoman Mims said, "I'm reclaiming my time. I'm going to talk as long as I want to." And see, what happens here at the council, there's something called practices, the common practices of the council. We have, and those of you who know former clerk, Madam Jane Warren, former mayor, the best mayor we arguably have had, you can reach out to her and she'll outline it for you, that there comes a point of common practices of the council where they become a tradition that's how things function. Now all of a sudden people want to truncate your time because they don't want it to be exposed. So whatever Councilwoman Davila was just talking about truth, you talked about not doing not being in front of the camera. You was in the very first press conference because you had those plaid pants on. That somebody sent me a picture of it. So you were present in all those press conferences talking about we're doing X, Y, and Z. So I don't know what you're talking about by not bragging or being in front of the media about things that weren't being done. More importantly, I take every phone call. There is never a phone call that I duck. I don't delete people's posts off of my posts either. Yeah, you deleted something that I wrote on your post because it was too truthful and too strong for that post. I never delete anyone, and I'm willing to debate, stand toe-to-toe on every single thing that I ever present. So to give the miscue, because if there was any level of respect and maturity, I would have got a phone call from them when they claimed they went down the colt, because I speak to the manager, and everybody knows. I'll make sure Ms. Woodson comes to the microphone again. We'll see how many, but prior to that truck getting there, because I had to do a live video exposing the fact that the mayor from Prospect Park brought a tanker truck there. It wasn't until after that, all of a sudden the next day, a tanker truck shows up at Riverview Towers, and then the tanker truck didn't make it to Cole Arms until after the fact. But by that time, they had running water in the laundry room, and we had a meeting with the management, and management had taken all of their maintenance guys, filling 5-gallon pails, taking them to every single apartment so they could flush their toilets. So this whole "we coming to save you at Cole Arms" nonsense is totally incorrect. And if she claims that there is a method of having some kind of cohesion or working together, they would have called me to say, hey, because 90% of the residents there, not only do I know them, I have a personal relationship with them. So if there was an effort to take care of them, they should have called the person who has the closest relationship. But no, that's not what the effort was to do. The effort was to gain shine, as Ms. Rogers was pointing out. And instead of making sure, because I'm still getting text messages and calls from people who don't have water to flush their toilets. Furthermore, where's the council president and the council vice president? We have the building subcode official here tonight. We have the director of community and economic development here tonight. I saw the director of health and human services here. Where's the reports on how many residences had to deal with overflooding feces in their toilets? Now, right away, before you can open a building, right, there's a requirement. The requirement is to have your building inspected while it's being constructed. And through that inspection process, there has to be an acknowledgement of properly working plumbing. And if at any point the plumbing is not working properly, that means residents are now being placed in a condition where they have to live in unsuitable conditions. And what happens when that happens? If there's a fire at a facility and the residents can no longer stay there, what happens? The landlord is required to provide them with alternate living space. Where's the Health and Human Office Director's report on how many residents within the city had to live under these conditions, of which it was spelled out tonight, where people had said for 5 days they had to live with feces and urine. Where's the health hazard when it comes to that? Did we get a report? Did Madam President or Madam Vice President hold the administration accountable? Look at this guy. He's afraid to even look up at anybody. His heart is beating 1,000 miles per minute. I guarantee you, put a blood pressure test on him right now. We'll have to rush him to the hospital. We'll need some EMS people in here as well. You mind, please, Councilwoman? Nobody said anything to you. I'm getting to you next. And your failure on the Water Commission. No, yes, you are. Where's the reports? Bring the reports that, oh, now it's coming. She's been on the Water Commission for years. For how many years you been on there, Councilwoman? How many years? Oh, so that's not years? Oh, okay. She wants 15. She wants 15 years on. Failing for 3 is not enough. Okay. So don't come at me with this nonsense. Oh, I didn't take out my phone. No, you had every single press conference. Every single press conference. Did anyone else hold him accountable for taking a skip over to Rochelle Park, campaigning, while we're sitting here dealing while residents in the towers had nothing? Remember, the truck, the tanker didn't make it to the towers until yesterday. And of course, that was a Facebook Live post that he did. While, by the way, they're weighing on Dave Gilmore for doing his lives and his Facebook posts. The mayor's constantly posting about things that the conditions of the city. And I'll hurry up this along because, by the way, we got another meeting with another attorney as we have to give away more money because the city's being sued. The gentleman sitting in front of you, Mr. Keys, and behind you, Mr. Olivares, he's here to give us more bad news that we're just going to vote yes for. But anyway, that's a whole nother thing. That's the failures of what takes place here. Now, Ms. Tooley, I'm going to say this. What's happening to you is absolutely despicable. The fact that one child, just one child is mistreated. A judge had already had to acknowledge and place her child back in school. And the fact that we have not, so we did, and I took a small group, but I'm inviting every one of you who would like to help me advocate for this parent who her child is being mistreated in a school that has been allowed to place their roots in our community, and they're raking off hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars in our community, while even if it's one child being mistreated, it's one child too many. Do you know the next meeting, board? The board meeting.
Councilman, we cannot talk across the day.
I'm just asking for a date.
I know, but she can't respond.
Do you know the next meeting? Okay.
We can
try to look it up before I finish. But I'll make an announcement and I'll post it. If anyone watching, if you would like to come with us to that next school board meeting in support of this parent who is being mistreated, I welcome that. I welcome every single parent in this community because that should not happen. So, former Councilman Davis, I think he might be outside. He might still be listening. Relative to the commercial parking, what we're having here and what we're witnessing is selective enforcement. So today, I go outside for street cleaning. I'm there to move my car, and the rudest attitude. See, what this is about, people. This is not about treating residents with respect. This is about we have budget crises, we have raises to give for people who shouldn't even be in a position, being paid 3, 4, 6 times what the average employee in the city makes. So we got to get out here, and who do we take advantage of? We take advantage of the residents. On Knickerbocker, Mr. BA, I'll put this forward. On Knickerbocker Avenue, I get a text message almost every single night that there's commercial vehicles parked in front of, I think it's 3, I'll give you the exact address. Commercial vehicles illegally parked every single night, and the residents over there have to take it on the chin, while people in my neighborhood who are forced to park on top of the crosswalk because there's no parking because of all the overdevelopment and all the illegal basement apartments, and those people are given tickets while these commercial vehicles are left every single night. I'll give you, you know what, I'm gonna give you a load of confidence. And we'll see tomorrow if this young lady is still calling me the same. I'll give you the address. I want to see those vehicles towed. If they're on the street, parked illegally, they should be getting towed. So, Councilman Davis also talked about personal. I'm not here talking about anything personal. And let's be quite frank. When you have an elected person who has a family member who works for the city and it gets a $10,000 raise, and you bring that up, that's not personal. That's city business. That's city business. When you have, you know, the mayor out doing press conferences in other communities while his obligation is to Paterson, that's not personal. That's city business. When you have, you know, all of the family members that are hired, and you talk about this stuff and bring it to the attention of the public, that's not personal. So if they want to get angry because I'm going to continue to badger on these points, and it's not for them, they don't care. They already have an agenda. This is mostly for the public. This is to let the public know what's going on. This is to let the public know because, see, they love to keep you, you know, in the dark. And the more you don't know, the more they can take advantage of you. So how many people out there knew that Paterson owns the Water Commission? We don't know that. And every time you hear them, they make an excuse, that's a private building, or that's not us, that's the parking authority. Call housing. I heard council members, I've seen their posts, I screenshotted them, telling the residents to call the Water Commission. That's like if you come to my restaurant and my employee mistreated you, and I tell you, listen, call the Board of Health, and I don't want to deal with it. No, the community voted us in to put competent people on these boards to service our needs so that we don't have catastrophic instances like this. But when you have people who are not holding people accountable, and as we're not holding the mayor accountable, then this is what you get with. This is what you end up with. Who doesn't in their right mind, who in this modern day time thinks that pipes that have been underground for over 140 years are just supposed to stay there without being addressed? And then when they break, they say, it's not our fault. You think that Paterson is the only city with an old infrastructure? Does New York say that when they're replacing the rails in their subway? No, they don't wait till a damn train falls off the track and then, no, they're replacing and upgrading every year. So, and so I wanted to say this last thing. Sister Rogers, and listen, I totally agree with you, and I know you, and you said it clearly, and it's not necessarily for you, because if it don't, I think Darlene Moore said it best. If when you throw a rock, and the first dog that yelps is the one that got hit. I don't do my lives for self-gratification. I do my lives for educational purposes. And let me tell you something. I could state the claim. My lives are the actual most effective than anything. I could do a live today, and tomorrow, whatever the issue was, is going to be resolved. Because until I did that live, none of the residents in Riverview Towers was being taken care of. Until I did the live on Halpine Street, none of that garbage got picked up. So it's very effective, and unfortunately, instead of us having a cordial, because I made attempts to work with the BA, he came in, as I made the same attempt to work with Corporation Council. They come in here making these promises, Councilman, we want to work, we're going to do this, man. Sure, absolutely. I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. He hasn't produced one thing I've asked him for thus far. He hasn't produced one report. He can't even look me in the face. I text him to say, do the employees have to report to work tomorrow? He couldn't even give me an answer. Anyway, I hate to belabor this, but it's necessary. It's necessary to put these people on the spotlight and show you their level of incompetence. He hasn't produced one single report on the spending of Hinchcliffe Stadium, on the spending of the PRC, of the SID. Not one report. Hundreds of millions of dollars. You know what I was told by one of the people from the Water Commission? That when they built this, when they redid the stadium, they put levels extended it and put levels of concrete and masonry on top of where those pipes burst.
Councilman Jackson.
So if there's no accountability, they're doing work. We spent $110 million, still no reports on it, right? Still no reports. And today, while I was volunteering at Kennedy High School, giving what I gotten for free for Mr. Joe Keys, and I'm volunteering coaching these young quarterbacks, none of them are around. You know where they at? They got to practice with no locker rooms, no equipment. The field conditions right outside, they couldn't even come in the field because of the circumstances that was going on today. And while we have professional teams who are benefiting from your money that we spent, the $110 million, a professional baseball team, a soccer team, and now a girls flag football team, while the kids at Kennedy have to practice with no facilities, no locker rooms, no water, none of that stuff out there.
Councilman Jackson.
I'm not done, Councilwoman. I'm reclaiming my time. You got to be patient. Or unless you want to adjourn tonight's meeting, we could reconvene at the next meeting and adjourn it then. You guys want to walk out and leave us without quorum again. I apologize. You'll get used to it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You'll get accustomed to it. These are the things that's necessary in order for us to expose the corruption in the city. So I'm hopeful because we still have these professionals in-house. I would assume that maybe there was an inspection done on all the facilities that was left derelict, and these landlords got notices saying, hey, you got 24 hours to take care of your residents in a better fashion. Hats off to Ronald Matthews. Ronald Matthews has some houses that he owns. He has a tenant on Lily Street. He dropped off that big tanker they put out with it's like a 500 gallon. He dropped that off in the yard, and she's sharing it with all the neighbors because he knew he has to take care of his resident. So you have people who are making hundreds of millions of dollars on these facilities that have thousands of residents in there, and they're home somewhere, or they're probably not even home. They're probably on their yacht while people have to live with feces and urine all over the place. See, it bothers them that I do this because they don't want to hear the truth. Look at her. She bailed. Got the hell out of here. Anyway, it's not pointless. It's working. It's working, and I'm appreciative of it. With that being said, one last question, because I'm hoping that since we do have a commissioner here and the BA, Mr. BA, through the chair, trying to find out if the Passaic Valley Water Commission has an interconnection agreement with any other clean water providers in the area, because there should have been a fail-safe, just like we provide for Prospect Park, Heldon, and things of that nature. We should have had some interconnections, and hopefully she'll oblige us, and maybe she'll indulge in that and let us know.
Councilwoman Cotton.
And she'll tell us who we have this interconnection agreement with.
Councilwoman Cotton, Councilwoman Cotton.
Madam Clerk, my vote is yes.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Kalik.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you for joining us, everyone. If Paterson owned the Passaic Valley Water Commission, why are we asking them? We should ask our BA and the mayor to answer them. So it's pretty clear. Paterson do not own the Passaic Valley Water Commission. We do have a representative. We appoint like a commissioner. That's all. Like we have various boards. City of Paterson has a commissioner in their board. That's all as far as I know. I mean, it is an emergency. It's uncalled for.
To the public,
It's uncalled
please, do
for.
not speak
I'm
while the-
speaking. That's what I thought. It's an emergency. We got to pull it together. And
Point of order.
Some of
Point
us.
of order.
Some of
What
us.
do you mean that's what you thought?
Councilman, you cannot
Well,
speak until
have
you're given
him
the floor.
have him explain.
Councilman Jackson.
What does he mean by
you
that's
are
what he
out of
thought?
order, Councilman Jackson.
No, I'm not out of order.
Yes,
that
you
was
are.
disrespectful.
Councilman
that was out of order.
Jackson.
That threatening gesture. That threatening gesture.
Councilman
What do you mean by that?
Councilman Jackson.
No, Council President.
No,
you
but-
sat right
but
there and
Council-
allow him
I said
to
what I said.
disrespect the
Councilman
member of the
Jackson.
public. You sat right there and allowed him to disrespect the member of the public by saying that's what I thought.
But
If somebody did that to you,
Councilman
first of all, when
Jackson.
people came to the microphone to hold her accountable,
Councilman Jackson.
she said I should be ashamed for not defending her.
Councilman
He then
You
got
Councilman
disrespectful with a
Jackson.
member of the public.
Grow up.
She's the council president, and she didn't say anything about
I'm
it.
speaking. I have the floor, so you need to.
No, but
you need
And
to grow up.
Councilman
you're
Jackson.
speaking, but that doesn't
Exactly.
entitle you to disrespect members of the public.
Councilman
speaking.
Jackson.
That doesn't
I'm
entitle you to
speaking.
do that.
You do it every
And
day.
every single time
Councilman
you do it, I will
Jackson.
check you.
Councilman
Every single time you
Jackson.
do it, I will check you.
Councilman Jackson.
Every single time you do it, I will
Councilman
check
Jackson.
you. She can't do anything about it. and you can't do
Councilman
anything
Jackson.
about it.
Grow up. That's what I'm gonna say.
Every
Grow
single
up.
time that you
Councilman
do that, I will
Jackson.
check you. And if she's not
Councilman
going to check you, I
Jackson,
would
you
do
are
it.
out of order.
I'm not out of order.
You are.
In
When you
defending,
call
I'm
Councilman
defending
Jackson.
a member of the
floor.
public's
Once I have-
position.
Councilman
and making a
Jackson.
threat that way. That's
Councilman
not out of
Jackson.
order. He did it to
First-
Kathy. He did it to Kathy
Can
Morgan.
I speak, Councilman
He did
Jackson?
it to Kathy
As-
Morgan,
as-
and now he did it to Eddie Olivares.
Councilman
and you
Jackson.
sat there and didn't say anything.
Councilman Jackson.
I'm not going to sit there and let him
But
do
Councilman
that.
Jackson.
Have him explain what does he mean
Councilman
by that's
Jackson,
what I
you are
thought.
out of order.
I'm not out of order.
You have requested.
I'm not out of order.
You
Explain
have-
what he meant by that's what I
Councilman
thought.
Jackson, you requested a point of order. Per Robert Orders of Rules, before you can speak, I have to give you the floor. You took it upon yourself when you called the point of order to speak. You did not allow me to say, Councilman Jackson, what is the violation? You just spoke, and that's why, in turn, you are indeed out of order.
And I will do
To
it
call-
every single
but you're
time.
out of order.
Every
You're
single
out of
time
order. You are out
that you
of order.
fail to address the
Councilman
public's
Jackson,
issues. See, I'm here for the public.
Councilman-
I'm not here to appease you guys. If he's going to take it upon
Councilman
himself to be
Khalid
disrespectful
has
to the member of
floor.
the public,
He has the
I will
floor.
interrupt him every single
Councilman
time.
Jackson.
And he's capable of doing the same thing.
Councilman
If
Jackson.
I disrespect somebody
when
from
you
the public,
spoke,
he could do the same
When you
thing.
spoke, Councilman Jackson, they did not interrupt you.
Who
at
did I
all.
disrespect?
But
Who did I disrespect?
Councilman Jackson.
I'm defending a member of the public.
Councilman Jackson.
I'm defending a member of the public because
Councilman
he
Jackson-
says that's what I thought.
Councilman
He's over here
Jackson.
trying to act like a tough guy all the time.
Councilman
That's what
Jackson.
he thought.
Councilman Jackson, you are out of order. You are out of order because you were not granted the floor. Councilman Khalid, please continue.
He could continue when I decide he can continue.
No, Councilman
He
Khalid.
can continue
Councilman
after he
Khalid.
apologizes to the member of the public.
Councilman Khalid.
Let him apologize to the member of the public.
People who watching, see, this is what he does. Distracting the meeting.
Tell him what I do. Tell him what I do. Tell him what I do. If you can apologize to the member of the public, then I'll let you speak.
We gotta do city.
Apologize to the
For
member of the
what?
public, and then
For
I'll let
what?
you speak.
For
For disrespecting him.
For what?
For disrespecting
He's
him.
the one who was disrespecting.
What did he say?
He was
What did
yelling
he say
at
to
me.
you?
He
What did
stood
he
up.
say to you?
Councilman
What did he say to you?
Jackson and Councilman
What did he say to
Khalid.
you?
Councilman
What did he say to you?
Jackson.
I'm not even arguing.
What did he say that was so
You're not even
disrespectful?
worth. You're not even worth.
What did he say that was so
Point
disrespectful?
of order.
You're not even worth it. I'm
Point
not
of order.
Because you have no
Point
answer.
of order.
I'm not going to allow you to come here and speak to anybody that way. If you decide you want to disrespect somebody from the public, I'm going to be right
Point of
here
order.
stopping you from
public.
doing it every single time.
Councilman.
You're not even worth it.
Let him apologize
You're not-
and then I'll let him
I'm not
speak.
apologizing to nobody.
All right, then.
Councilman
I ain't said
Jackson and Councilman Khalid.
Listen,
Said nothing.
To
any
the
night
public.
that he decides that he's going to disrespect
the
somebody from the
public.
public, I will be
Councilman
right
Jackson.
here holding him accountable.
Councilman Jackson.
Every single night he does it, I will be right here holding him accountable. Now,
whatever you gotta do.
So let's get that straight.
Do
Let's get
whatever
that
you
straight.
gotta do.
Councilman
Do whatever you
Khalid,
gotta do.
continue, please.
Do whatever you gotta do.
Continue, Councilman Khalid.
Thank you, the public, for coming. You know, one of the members, Frank Flip, came out. He said over 200,000 people completely out of water. The reality is, in City of Paterson, not everybody is out of order, but we do have emergency issues. Fifth ward, sixth ward, third ward, some part of the fourth. Major issue we have is in the second and the first portion of the first ward. Okay, even second ward, you go to Stony Hill Road area, they have full pressure. Hillcrest area, where even I live, we have low pressure. We are able to survive. We do have issues in some areas. We do have issues, see? We do have issue in some areas, but Passaic Valley Water Commission with the state DEP, they have been working around the clock. It's not in my hand. If I could go out there and pull up a rock or do something, I think every one of us will be out there behind his stadium, try to restore the water. So I think we need to be patient. We need to help our neighbor, like we've been doing in second ward. Specifically, I could tell you, every organization, civic organization out there in every corner of the street, every hour, 2 hours, 3 hours later, they're bringing pallets of water, giving out to the community. And only way I could inform the residents is go to social media and let them know, hey, there's a water distribution going on Union and Sheridan Ave, or in a BD supermarket or Fresh Road even those supermarkets, they open up their stores in the second ward. Come, if you need water, come get it, even potable water. Garden hoses, many of the residents in the Hillcrest second ward area, whoever had low pressure water, they put out their garden hoses outside, letting everybody know, come out, pick up, fill up your bucket, and take it as you necessary. That's how we need to pull together instead of pointing fingers like I did it. I got nothing to do with it. What happened? It's an emergency. It came from above. That's what I believe. But we gotta stick together and get over. I mean, look out for each other. You go in the second ward, in many other areas of the city as well. If anybody have running water, their garden hoses outside. Come pick up some water if you need it. I could give you like 10, 15, 20 addresses. They're texting people, they're putting on even social media. That's how you inform people on social media. That's why I share the location of the places where the water being distributed. Sometimes I go there, people even call me and tell me, can you come by, do a live video so the people know, people get informed. That's how we inform people. Instead of blaming people, come on, let's work together to go through this crisis. It is a crisis. It is a crisis. Was it preventable? Probably it was, but it didn't get prevented. So we are facing it. Let's face it, and let's go through it together. That's all I'm going to ask for. My vote is yes to close the public.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Velez. Councilman Velez.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
One second. Officers, I'm not sure who has their music playing. Can you please turn your music off while we're in the middle of session? Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President, Madam Clerk.
You're welcome.
There was some question arise from the public portion. One was Anthony Davis, Councilman. I just want to advise the Councilman that we have 2 ordinances in place that address commercial vehicle. One of them address from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Residential zone 1 and 2 is not allowed. So during the day, no commercial vehicle should be in residential zone 1 and 2. From 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. Is an ordinance citywide. No vehicle, commercial vehicle after 2 tons should be in our streets from that time, from 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. I will ask through the chair, Mr. BA, please send a memo or a letter to the OIC to please, when they receive this type of calls from our constituents in the city of Paterson, that they could send the quality of life units to address this type of situation. I know that we have shorter staff, shorter cops, and we have limited resources with police, but I think if they have that quality of life unit, they could address this, especially when commercial vehicles are parked, taking residential parking from our residents. I'd be real careful when I use the word racist. And to point to people that are racist is something that I don't try to use it just liberal. I understand that Mr. Joe Key is going to probably come next week and make another lyric, another quote and poem and unquote what I'm going to say now. But the gentleman that you stated that he was racist, he sponsored, hold on, sir, or racist statement. In other words, through the back door, you call him racist. So that gentleman that you backdoor, you call him racist without directly calling racist, that individual sponsored Jumpstart, sponsored grandparent raising grandchildren, give back to the community, hold on, give back to the community, and everybody that knocks their doors, that gentleman that you're talking about his racial comments, support the community more than us, and that's Mr. Florio. Anybody that you call him racist, go knock his door and tell him that you need a sponsorship to help one of those kids that don't look like me. He will do it. He sponsored everyone out there. You know when people have beef with him? And I find out when people come here and complain about Florio, and you find out the facts about what's going on, and let me say this, when people come and complain about Florio, go back and find out why. They owe 8, 10 months of rent. They the bad people now, right? But when meantime they are living free rent, that's not a problem. So that individual calling racist or racist comment that he did, he stands for this community. 70% of his employee looks like you and me. 70% of what he invests in the city to his construction, he spent it in our city. I erase that. You could come tomorrow and say, I do this, I do that, whatever, but let's talk with facts. Let him defend himself. Let him defend himself. But when you come here talking about people who are racist, be careful. This city do not need no more division at all. At all. And I'm going to say this and last. Madam Councilwoman Ruby Kine. She's appointed by the mayor's office to be the liaison of the city of Paterson in the front of the water commission. The same commissioner. Yeah, 1 of 3. Is appointed also by Passaic City. And I believe the other city is Clifton. Okay? They have commission appointed by their mayor. Now, this problem of the water, it's not a problem of the city of Paterson. We didn't create that. That's an incident occurred with the water commissioner. Now, we should be blessed that we haven't spent a penny in water, that they are supplying what they're supposed to supply, those trucks, the toilets, the water that you see out there. And they ask us, the fire department, to be the partners to make this happen in our city. So in Puerto Rico, because I'm Puerto Rican, they say that people drown in a cup of water. You know what these people are doing right now? Us, and sometimes we drowning in a cup of water. Let's pray that God gave health to those employees of the Water Commission, that they could resolve that problem right away, and that we could go back to normal. Let's pray that our building don't turn on fire, and that we had to ask trailers of water to contain a fire in our city. Let's pray for our police department that working 24 hours, 7 days a week, trying to maintain the quality of life in our city. Why we cannot sit down and say, let's pray for our city, for one day we could sit down on that side and this side and say, let's move our city forward. Let's pray and let's work together. You could stand there and bash me and slander me. You know what I do? I pray for you, for God give you help and health to see my victory, because I'm going to have victory. Last but not least, there's a say, and once again I got to say it, people drown sometimes in a cup of water. Let's try to not put the little stuff that's going on in our city bigger, that put more stress in our city, and join us to make our city success. Madam Clerk, thank you. My vote is yes to close the public portion.
Thank you, Councilman. Council President.
Thank you so much. To the public that is present and viewing, I want to thank you, as I do every week, for coming out and being here. To constituent service, I'm really excited that the mayor and the BA, that constituent services will be here. I know a lot of you that came to the microphone, they met you in the hallway. Mr. Fernandez did, to take your request, and they will follow up on that. We are in a water crisis in our community, which we don't have to reiterate. We're living through it. All of us that are here, we all live in Paterson. We all are impacted by the water crisis. Some of us, low water pressure. I have a lot of family members, they have no water at all, none, for 6 days. So it's not that we're sitting here and we're oblivious to what's going on, because our families are directly impacted. But I do want to say there's been many people, many partners, not just in Paterson but throughout, that have come alongside the Passaic Valley Water Commission, our OEM, Fireman Troy Ayers, our mayor, the council people have been out there. We have our fire department, police department, our sheriff's department. Mike Ramaglia has been on the front line, and so many organizations, so many. And so for me, we work in tandem and collaboration. As someone that is at large that represents all of the wards, we've worked with Irma Gorham and housing, and we work with those other senior facilities that are not owned by the city. I want to acknowledge and put it out and thank Senator Benji Wimberly. Senator Benji Wimberly has been working on the 6,000 tank water trucks, and that's how we got those trucks to be here, and we're excited for that. Thank you to Senator Wimberly for working with the mayor and ensuring that that is the case. Paterson, let's continue to work together. Please close that door. Tonight, there were many things that were stated as far as different allegations and accusations, and I will not address them because people in this community know exactly who I am. We don't need to do anything out in the community for any accolades. It's about serving the community in which we live in, that we are in every single day, and so many people in this community are affected. If you are still having issues, please reach out to us. We will send it directly to our OEM coordinator, and that's who gets stuff done. As we go to these different facilities, we're working in tandem with our coordinator, Fireman Troy Ayers, Passaic Valley Water Commission, police, fire, DPW, sheriff. So many people are involved in trying to get it done. This water crisis has impacted 4 towns: Paterson, Heldon, North Heldon, and Prospect Park. It is not isolated to Paterson, and we can have as many theories as possible as to why we believe the water crisis happened, but none of it probably will be true, because we don't know what happened. No one knows. They're still down in the core. I just saw they just did an update about 20 minutes ago. They have a good number of people that are now up and running. They still have some people that are out. But the first day it happened, that Friday, we went down in the trench and the water was flowing like a river. And when we went there today, we saw that they had capped it, and it was just trickled, so that means the water was starting to flow through, and of course it would take a while because there are millions of gallons of water that flow through that pipe stream. But the first day we went down, myself, Councilwoman Cotton, Councilwoman Davila, we went down into the hole where they were to see that the gush of water that was flowing like a river. And when we were there today at the press conference, we saw that it had been capped off, and the water was starting to flow, and that's why some people are starting to see their pressure build back up and water come back in their facility. As stated previously, I was affected, and it didn't stop me from being out there in the community. No camera, no phone, none of that. Coordinating with Fireman Troy Ayers, when he said we're going to a location, we met him at the location and we helped the residents. People called us, we made conversations and calls, we did that. We talked about Presidential Boulevard. Senator Benji Wimberly has been on it for the last 3 weeks. He has been working with the mayor. That's how we got those 6,000 water tanks to the city of Paterson. And I want to thank Senator Wimberly for working with the mayor and so many other people for working with our community in the middle of this crisis. So many people have donated water. Passaic Valley Water Commission has done the bulk of everything in the community. And as people have been calling, so many of us have been personally delivering water to people's homes, business, their place of the buildings and everything. So it's been a collaborative effort, and it's about not pointing fingers, but getting the work done. As we continue to do the work of the business, it is my heart's belief that when one of the person in our community hurt, we are all impacted. Whether you had water or you didn't have water, we are all impacted by this crisis. Madam Clerk, my vote is yes.
Thank you, Council President. The vote.
Madam Clerk, I apologize. I need to reconsider my vote.
Close the vote.
I'll be very, very brief, Madam Clerk. Madam President, you don't have the authority to override when I want to reconsider my vote. It's a part of the Robert.
Councilman Jackson, what I was about to do, you didn't let me finish. Before you're trying to give me a directive, I was going to call you to speak. You didn't allow me to do that. Right. Councilman Jackson.
I appreciate it. So what I want to do is just clear up a few things. First of all, and I appreciate you, Sister Rogers, for holding that stance, because it's with in poor taste for him to sit there and do that. Everyone who comes to the podium is entitled to their perspectives and opinions. Mr. Keys, one thing he never does is bring any fallacies or falsehoods to the microphone. He is capable of, taking a stance. But, some people feel the need to have to protect other people, right? It's Stockholm Syndrome. But just for a point of clarity, and this just goes to show you how the people that sit here don't even understand their roles. They don't know their job. They don't know their responsibility. Councilman Kalik says that we don't own the Water Commission. Then someone put up a post on Facebook and said, it's pathetic how some council members are either just liars or give turkeys either way, right? And then he says that, so Paterson don't own the Passaic Valley Water Commission. Then somebody used the AI to just simply Google it. The Passaic Valley Water Commission, PVWC, is owned by the city of Paterson, Clifton, and Passaic. Just for a point of clarity, I know he should know this because he owns a company that he's not the sole singular owner of. Him and his brothers are partners. It doesn't mean that he doesn't get to go and say, I owned. If Paterson, anything, first of all, I'm going to give a brief class on this shortly. We'll go live. The Parking Authority, the Housing Authority, the Water Commission, Task Force, the city of Paterson. There was a point in time early on, probably 1800s, the three cities got together, and you could just look this information up, and they created the Water Commission. They created it as a public utility, collectively. And in turn, we have appointees who serve at our disposal. They serve on behalf of us to represent us in our best interests. So if you have the authority to appoint, that means the director, you have the authority to fire, all the employees. The board has authority in which they don't exercise. Councilman Kalik just simply showed that he doesn't even understand the interworkings of government and what we do have the responsibility over. And I had to make sure that was made clear, because I'm not going to sit here. There's never something that I speak on here that I'm not clearly abreast of. And if it is, I will always concede, ask for an opinion, and I will simply be quiet. To say that we don't own it is just to be irresponsible. We own the Water Commission, and our board, right now, tonight, this council should have had a committee of the whole where we had our commissioners from the Passaic Valley Water Commission right here answering questions to the public. But we don't do that. We don't hold anybody accountable. We let the housing authority give away all our public housing. We let these outside contractor investors come in here and take over and do all these illegal evictions to our people. We let them raise rents. The gentleman came here tonight. He's talking $2,700 in rent, and we don't even pay for his vehicle. That's the BA. He's the signing authority of the city. He doesn't even understand his role. You should never have had to come here. I know you made multiple calls, but see, this is what you have to do. You got to do live videos. You got to come here. You got to put them on blast. Anyway, Madam Clerk, my vote is no.
Thank you, Councilman. Votes are 5 in favor, 3 absent. I'm sorry, I lost my paper. Okay. 5 in favor, 3 absent, 1 against. The public portion is hereby closed.
Madam Clerk, we will now temporarily suspend the workshop and open them with a special meeting. Can I have a motion to temporarily suspend the workshop?
So move.
Moved by Councilman Velez, second by Councilwoman Davila. Roll call to temporarily suspend the workshop and open the special meeting.
Roll call to suspend the workshop. Councilwoman Cotton? Okay. Councilwoman Davila?
Yes.
Councilman Jackson? Yes. Councilman Kalik? Yes. Councilman Velez?
Council President, before I close, I just want to commend a gentleman here, Mr. Horatio McCoy, 2016, the office of the Horatio, McCoy, my friend. 2016, the mayor created the Constitution Services, and he was every meeting, and now he's following, Mr. Fernandez will follow his lead. So he paved that road. So I'm happy to see him here, but he paved the road of Constitution Service in the city of Paterson, Mr. McCoy. Saying that, my vote is yes.
Thank you, Council President.
My vote is yes, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. The votes are 6 in favor, 3 absent. The special meeting is hereby open. The workshop is hereby closed, I'm sorry. It's temporarily suspended.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. So would you, at this point, would you read the items into a public hearing, and then we will ask the public to be escorted into the hall until
Council President, may I read the 48-hour notice?
Yes,
first?
please.
Okay, thank you. Notice of the time, date, location, and agenda of this meeting was transmitted to the North Jersey Herald News, The Record, The Arabic Voice, The Italian Voice, The Passaic County Pulse, Dominicana News, La Quisqueya International, El Especial, The Paterson Press, The City Post News, Tap Into Paterson, The Weekly Bangla Patrica, in addition to any other publication duly requesting such notices at or about 11 o'clock a.m. on August 7th, 2025. Such notices were posted on the bulletin board in the offices of the city clerk at City Hall. 1 second.
1 second. We don't have a quorum. Can someone get one of the council people inside, please? We don't have a quorum. We need, can you ask Councilwoman Cotton to come inside, please? To the public, 1 second. We don't have a quorum. We only have 4 council members. We're trying to get someone to come back inside. Can we please get a council person to come inside so that we can start executive session? We have our lawyers here. They're being paid by the minute. Can we please get a council person from the hallway to come inside?
Amen. Amen. Amen.
I will ask again, can we please get a council person to come inside? Madam Clerk, we will open the public portion. We don't see any speakers. We have a motion?
Move to close.
Move to close by Councilman Kalik, second by Councilman Velez. Roll call to close public portion.
Roll call to close.
Roll call to close.
Roll call to
Close public portion.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call to close the public portion of the special meeting. Councilwoman Cotton. Councilwoman Davila. Councilman
Yes.
Kalik. Councilman Velez.
Yes.
Council President.
Yes.
The votes are 5 in favor, 4 absent. The
public portion is closed.
public portion is now closed.
Madam Clerk, let's proceed with the executive session. Could you please read the items for the special meeting agenda, please?
Yes, 1 second, please. Yes. Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, be advised that the Municipal Council of the City of Paterson has scheduled a special meeting for Tuesday, August 12, 2025 at 8 p.m. to be held in the council chambers, 3rd floor, City Hall, 155 Market Street, Paterson, New Jersey, for the purpose of discussing the following matters. Number 1, resolution authorizing a municipal council executive or closed session in or adjoining the City Council Chambers, 155 Market Street, to discuss processing an involuntary disability retirement application on behalf of a city employee, law, resolution number 25:371. Formal action will be taken. 2, resolution authorizing a municipal council executive or closed session in or adjoining the City Council Chambers, 155 Market Street, to discuss pending litigation in a matter of Orso versus City of Paterson, law, resolution number 25:372. Formal action will be taken. 3, resolution authorizing a municipal council executive or closed session in or adjoining the City Council Chambers, 155 Market Street, to discuss pending litigation in the matter of estate of Jose Correa versus City of Paterson, law, resolution number 25:373. And 4, resolution approving the processing of an involuntary disability retirement application on behalf of a city employee, law, resolution number 25:374. Formal action will be taken. 5, resolution authorizing settlement of pending litigation claim in the matter of Orso versus City of Paterson, law, resolution number 25:375. Formal action will be taken. 6, resolution authorizing settlement of pending litigation claim in the matter of estate of Jose Correa versus City of Paterson, law, resolution number 25:376. Formal action will be taken.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. At this point, if there's anyone that is here in the chambers that is not supposed to be here, then we will ask that you will go into the lobby area, and then you can reconvene following the closed session.
Okay, Council
At this
President.
time, Raphael.
Council President, we need to vote to go into executive session.
Roll call to go into executive session.
Roll call to go into executive session.
All the items that there's resos for, so item one.
Ruby.
Okay, just the ones in executive session.
Yeah,
These here?
so first,
Okay.
you read these already,
I did.
right?
Mhm.
So resolution number 1 to go in executive session, resolution number 2, resolution number 3.
Okay, resolution number 1 for executive session, resolution authorizing the municipal council, executive or closed session in or adjoining the City Council Chambers, 155 Market Street, to discuss processing an involuntary disability retirement application on behalf of a city employee, law, resolution number 25:371. Formal action will be taken. 2, resolution authorizing a municipal council executive or closed session in or adjoining the City Council Chambers, 155 Market Street, to discuss pending litigation in the matter of Orso versus City of Paterson, law, resolution number 25:372. Formal action will be taken. And 3, resolution authorizing a municipal council executive or closed session in or adjoining the City Council Chambers, 155 Market Street, to discuss pending litigation in the matter of estate of Jose Correa versus City of Paterson, Law Resolution Number 25:373.
So move.
Moved by Councilman Velez, second by Councilman Khalid. Roll call to go into executive session.
Roll call to go into executive session. Councilwoman Cotton. Councilwoman Davila. Councilman Kalik. Councilman Velez.
Yes.
Okay. Council President.
Yes.
Thank you. 5 in favor, 4 absent. Executive session is now open.
Raphael?